Hey everyone, welcome to From the Depths. I'm Menti, and this is episode 67 of the Battleship Brawl Season 4 tournament. This episode, the Otsarva by Carnival is becoming the active combatant and will be facing off against the BB15 Phoenix by Nutterchap. I think this will be a pretty interesting battle, folks, and since we've already seen both of these ships in action, let's go ahead and get it underway. Otsarva firing first. Phoenix firing immediately after, though. The Phoenix... the shells hit at almost the same time, so that tells me the Phoenix has a higher muzzle velocity. Oh, it took a hit there. Ooh, the back of that turret got blown in some, but it may have weathered... the armor may have weathered it. That gun is still indeed active. That's pretty impressive. Ooh, that's a hefty volley. Very close match so far. They're within almost 1.5% of each other. Excuse me. My voice suddenly went away there. Oh, that gun just got penetrated through the side. That's badly damaged. Oh, got some more coming in. Otsarva is taking the Otsarva is taking a lot of damage. Its bigger size means when it does take damage, well, its bigger size and the fact that it's made out of more flimsy materials means that when it does take a hit, it loses more blocks. But on the flip side, the Phoenix loses more health. When it loses blocks, it loses more health because it has fewer blocks, theoretically, since it's smaller. Otsarva has lost a lot of weaponry too, which is why the Phoenix has pulled ahead in hit points by a few percent. Not a whole lot, it's still pretty dang close. Otsarva taking another hit there, another big 2 hits coming in there, hitting the bow. One of them looks like it may have actually missed. Oh, but the Phoenix is listing heavily. It's having buoyancy problems. Capsizing is a game ender. Like, should not be listing that heavily when only, missing 7% health. But the guns are able to elevate and keep firing despite this positioning. Oh, but the Phoenix is going over and down. It's not really able to fire anymore. It's barely staying afloat, to be perfectly honest. It needs to effect some repairs, and quick. It gained another 10 seconds of disqualification time. It got 5 just because of how it spawns in. Oh, and it's getting sinking disqualification time again. Oh, that's kind of disappointing. You're not even below 90% health. You shouldn't be sinking yet. What a shame. Now it's pretty much pulling a Titanic. Did that shell actually just manage to hit? I think it may have missed, but... Oh, Phoenix trying to back up and pull itself out of the water, but... too little, too late. Kaboom. That is a disqualification by sinking. So the Phoenix taking less damage, but... not as resilient. It sinking at 90% health is means your ship is not incredibly durable to damage. I mean, the Otsarva was down to like what, 85, 86, something like that percent, I forget, and it was floating just fine. deck of the Phoenix there from that one impact. Another, well, that actually didn't get through the deck. It flew off the wood on the outside. Oh, one of the Otsarva's turrets has been blown completely off, but that happened last time as well. With like there were lots of turrets damaged. And the Phoenix was doing great. It was pretty much in the lead up until, you know, it flopped over. It's got to keep those compartments sealed and not list over and capsize and sink. Otsarva's taking hits and doesn't. It just it's like, yeah, I'm losing blocks, I'm losing health, but I'm stable. You can see there's a bit of a list starting in the Phoenix. It's got some flooding going on, which is not helping things. Those hits are gonna make it worse. More and more flooding. But it is actually staying up a little bit better this time. So maybe we'll see a round 3 here. Otsarva is down to just a couple of guns left. It's taking a lot of weapon damage. There's that dang frame rate stuttering again. Phoenix has a lot more firepower left available to it than the Otsarva does. In the last match, the Phoenix was basically sinking at this point, and it's, you know, when it got down to slow on health. It's listing this time, but is actually, you know, keeping itself up so far. It's definitely taking on water, but the Otsarva is just sailing on nice and solid and stable. Does not care that it has taken a ton of damage. Like all of that, just all those holes, all that space exposed to water. There's gonna be a lot of flooded compartments in this thing, and yet it doesn't care. Phoenix way ahead in hit points now, a full 10% ahead of its opponent. But it's actually having a bit of trouble landing hits. At this range, the shells keep going over its opponent. Let's go check on the Phoenix now, since we've been at the Otsarva for a while. Oh, this gun looks like it is non-functional. The Phoenix is actually stabilized a bit. It's done a lot of repairs. I don't think it has any flooding going on anymore. Or at least not anywhere near as much. I mean, at this point, it just has to last another 5.5 minutes, and it, you know, it gets the win. Yeah, this gun is still functional, but all 3 barrels have gauge damage. Or maybe it just got, maybe the gauge damage just happened and the gun is no longer functional. No, it is lobbing those little bitty crams in a super high arc at agonizingly slow speed. That is one hell of a travel time to the target, and the target is not where it aimed. If those are the only guns the Otsarva has left, then I think the Phoenix has got itself a win here in round 2. That over-penetration shell came out the other side and then blew up. Oh, and Otsarva has gone dead in the water, which likely means most of those missed shots that were happening with the Phoenix's bombardment will stop, except for the ones that are caused by asymmetric barrel damage. But, the ones that keep dunking short into the water. Yeah, Phoenix is repaired all the way up to 97.8%. Otsarva just ran out of guns before it finished the Phoenix off. Now it's basically target practice. As you can see, most of the shells from the Phoenix are just landing dead on now. I wonder if it repaired its barrel damage. It's still got that one barrel with asymmetric barrel damage. There's still a couple of them, but they may not be enough of a difference to, cause as big of an issue. Or it could be. I don't know, at this point it doesn't really matter. The Otsarva dead in the water. And not fighting back. It has been reduced to a wreck. And that shell got it deep in there. And you see, I think it got all the way down in there. And there we are, folks. The Phoenix almost got the Otsarva to 2 damaged, but did not quite make it. So that is the end of round 2. We are 1-1 between the Otsarva and the Phoenix. So, yeah, this is gonna be the tie-breaking round here, which means the 5% rule is not in effect. But judging by how both of these battles have gone, that won't really matter much. So, yeah, it basically comes down to, does the Otsarva sink the Phoenix quickly? If not, it loses. That's what it seems like, anyway. We will see how round 3 goes. Maybe I'll be proven wrong. Wouldn't be the first time, right? Phoenix taking some hits, losing a significant chunk of health, but the Otsarva not losing anywhere near as much from the Phoenix's return volley. Where did all that damage go? I was almost expecting a gun to be damaged for losing almost 3% health. But no, I guess it's just this hole. Oh, it stripped up a whole bunch of blocks from the side. Okay. That's where all that damage came from. Oh, they're both ships getting in real close here. No more of this long-range sniping. They're going in for a brawl. If they don't start turning, might even be going in for a ram. I have to say, the Phoenix is pretty good. Like, it mitigates the damage it does take. Like, when it gets hit, it doesn't take a lot of damage. It's just, apparently, the damage that it does take, it doesn't need as much for it to become, you know, critical damage that sinks the ship. I thought that ship was gonna plunge back down to the deck. Man, this is just a brutal brawling between both of these ships. Honestly, I don't think this is the best choice for the Phoenix. Getting into a brawl with somebody who's more durable than you seems like a bad idea. But it makes for one hell of a show. Sailing side by side, broadsiding each other. I love it. Both ships very close in HP, but the Phoenix sinks a heck of a lot easier. I mean, the Otsarva got all the way down to 2 damaged and was still just fine. So you can see the Phoenix is listing heavily. Like, that is really, really bad listing. That's, you wouldn't be able to stand up and operate the ship properly. Everybody be down here in the water. Oh, and I think she's going down. Oh, not quite. But I don't know how much more she can take. And stay above the water. The Otsarva has gone dead in the water, though, which is not good either. If the Phoenix can knock out all those guns and not sink, it would quite easily win this. but it is so close to sinking, and the Otsarva still has plenty of barrels up. Now, granted, this one is firing some puny little dinky shells that aren't going to do anything. This one's good, and it's unloading. Looks like it has about 5 actual guns available to it, not counting the little dinky things that aren't going to do anything. Phoenix holding on, 89% health. Just listing so much to the left there. Takes a hit to its gun. I mean, that will definitely help the Otsarva stay alive for a little bit longer. But if the Phoenix manages to get the Otsarva to the point where it can't do damage again, it will win. The Phoenix is actually listing a little bit less than it was, I think. Yeah, quite a bit less. Oh, but now it's coming back, either from the turn or from those hits may have caused flooding. It's all whether the damage control teams on the Phoenix can keep her afloat long enough for the gunners to take down the Otsarva's guns. That's basically the determining factor here. Oh, and I think that was a gun that just got hit. Or, well, technically it was, but, you know. Oh, that rear gun just popped off completely. I think that was one of the 2 that was functioning. It had 2 barrels functioning on it. So these 3 right here, Otsarva's only hope. Phoenix managing to stay afloat. Not doing great, but staying alive. And it is not listing as bad as it was earlier. So lightly listing now. I don't know that the Otsarva has enough firepower left to, you know, out-damage the repair rate, the damage control of the Phoenix. I don't think it's listing at all anymore. No, not really. It still has several guns. It still has all of its guns. They have barrel damage, but I think all of them are still functional. Phoenix's damage control crew making up for that embarrassing round 1. Keeping her afloat this time around. Because really, that round 1 was pretty embarrassing for the Phoenix. Like, ship should not sink that easily in this tournament, but it did. Then round 2, it got some distance and kind of sniped the Otsarva down and was like, you know what? We're not gonna be that guy. We're gonna go in there. We're gonna take the fight to them. Just get in a full-on broadside brawl, and we're gonna win it this time. That was one hell of a fight. But I think at this point, especially since that gun is now damaged, the Otsarva doesn't have any real weapons to play her back with. Yeah. And there we go, folks. Round 3 is over, so that is it. This match is complete. with the Phoenix by Nutterchap claiming a victory despite its rather quick and embarrassing loss in round 2. Quite the turnaround. But yeah, if you guys haven't already, you should go down into the description and vote for these ships and whether you think they deserve recognition and entrance into the Hall of Beauty, or not. You know, either way. There's also all that other description-y stuff down there, like the forum post that has all the rules for the tournament and, you know, so on and so forth. Other than that, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the battlefield.